Okay, hi everybody. We got all of you on tonight. This is amazing. Leslie and I kind of brainstormed up this little joint meeting, and we decided that we were going to join forces and put our heads together and really try to have a great May. So Leslie did a lot of work on the social media part of it. So I'm excited to share it with you guys. I'm going to run through just some quick stuff, some housekeeping stuff, and then I'm going to turn it over to her. Um, Remember, and Corey did all of us a huge favor, and he got us the room rate for Texas. So if you haven't signed up for Texas yet, guys are going to want to get on the Dallas meeting. Remember, is October 23rd and 24th. And yeah, these guys found a hotel that's $169 a night and includes parking and breakfast. And I will throw that link in our Telegram group when we get done here. I didn't do that yet, but I will. And just in case somebody's bringing their kiddos, the other hotel is about $309 a night, but it does have a water park. So if you're bringing children, that might be something to sort out or think about. Both should be extremely close. And Corey, I don't know if you have anything you want to throw in about the hotel that you found and got that
Yeah,
rate.
it's literally across the parking lot. So the parking lot for the main event, it's across the street. So you'll cross the street, walk the parking lot, and you're right there.
Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you guys, that's such a great rate because it includes breakfast. And if some of y'all are driving, it includes parking, or if you happen to get a car, you probably don't need one, but it does include that. So, okay. So thank you so much for that. Just a reminder right now, if you were at convention, hopefully a lot of you were, if you right now, the promotion that there's a special promotion if you were at convention. If you get a consultant between April 1 and the end of June, you and get them to you need two to get to SC1, you get those tennis shoes. Okay, that they showed us at convention. If not, it's still worth working hard for because your new consultants also get the double bonus. So instead of getting their it's like the $150 quick start bonus to getting to SC1, they're going to get $300. So it's still really worth working for if you weren't at convention. I know a lot of you guys were because I saw you there. So just want to remind you guys that's going on. Performance Club is another thing we have going on that I want to encourage everybody to work hard for. I'm going to talk a little bit about Dr. Rewire really quick. Remember, Performance Club for May, you need 150 in SV, and it can be consultant or customers, but you need two. And I think the person we're having, I took a picture of her. The lady in May is I think she's a wellness coach.
It's Amy Cummings.
Yep, business and wholeness coach. Do you know her, Leslie?
I don't. I think Gloria Brinker is friends with her or something.
Yeah. So, and a lot of you guys earned, I know Susanna earned Dr. Rewire, and so who just told me Pam, right? Yes. And remember, if you didn't earn him, he gave us all a deal, and it's in our Telegram link, and it's also in One Person Big Difference. On July 9th, he's offering a full day of Dr. Rewire, and it's $47. I think it's 10 Central that it starts. It said 6 to 7 hours, so that's why I just said for most of the day. But that is a huge, it's supposed to be amazing. So I signed up, even though I don't know if I can listen all day. I thought for 47 bucks, even if I can listen for a couple hours, that's worth it. Also, remember, you guys, if you are doing any of this stuff where you're investing in yourself like that, make sure you keep the receipt because that's all tax deductible for your business. So just a reminder of that if you did sign up for that. Okay, and then one last really quick thing. How many, raise your hand if you're EC1 here. Okay, this is what I was hoping everybody was going to say. And I'll tell you why. I just looked at the Thailand stuff again, you guys, and racing to get to EC1 is literally that is the goal of why they made that executive trip is to hit that. And so if you have not hit EC1 yet, that is should be on your radar because that is what you need to do to get to Thailand. And Kevin and I will tell you that that trip to South Africa changed our lives. And so I just really quickly want to say if you're not running for that, I would really think about it because it's doable for everybody. You have until the end of the year, but you have to get to EC1 and you have to be EC1 in December. So you've got a lot of time left, but you do need to get you've got to have a game plan. You can't just wing that or it will never happen. So if it's on your radar, now you know what you've got to do. Get with whoever is your upline and let's make a little roadmap so that we can help you. But honestly, you guys, you have an easier chance of getting there than Kevin and I do. We have to do more than just hit EC2. So I looked at that again today and they made those trips so that people want to push for EC1. And so that's each and every one of you guys, and you have a huge opportunity. It will be a trip of a lifetime. So hopefully that excites you guys. If you didn't go look at the video, there's 2 spots in Thailand they're going to. I'm going to tell you where it is really quick, just so you know how to see it. If you go to your site, do not log in and go all the way down to the bottom, way to the bottom, and it'll say executive 2026 trip. And when you click on that in there, you can look at there's a little video of Thailand and then it's also got the parameters. But I just can't tell you guys enough, like literally you guys all have a huge opportunity in front of you. So it might seem far away, but you can just think about it in little bit pieces and just going one by one. You know, even if you're in the SCs right now, it's so doable. So anyway, just wanted to say that. And now I'm going to turn it over to Leslie.
All right. Thanks for all the updates, Amy. That was a lot of stuff. And listen, I met Dr. Rewire in
I know.
Vegas when we were up there, and he is like, he really spits out some like hard truth. I think you guys would like him. I think that might be a good investment, but I do realize there's a lot of cost. So I understand if you don't, but just wanted to throw that out there. So I want you guys to put a 1 in the chat if you felt just like a little crazy since October. You felt a little discombobulated, maybe you felt like that you didn't have, even though you have direction, you've got great leaders here on this team. We've got great leaders on our team, but it's been a lot, right? So I want you to know as leaders, we feel that way too at times, okay? You know me, I'm authentically Leslie. I always want to tell you guys exactly the way things are. So I was kind of thinking this week, and I love working with Amy and Kevin. They're my besties. Corey, I lean on him hard. There's a lot of people here that we've just been kind of thinking and trying to figure out how we can all get to move in the same direction. And I just want to relight the fire because I will tell you this, typically the best months of the year, I've been working in network marketing since 2009, and this is my 3rd company. And the best months of the year are typically in the fall. But the thing that sets you up for a good fall is a fiery summer. You lay down the groundwork the next 90 days. We're just about to hit June 1st. It's right around the corner. And we've got 90 days here to light this up and to really like make things go fast, right? So I've been thinking about that, and I seen somebody put up a post the other day on Facebook Messenger, on Facebook, that they were talking about turning back the clock and mitochondrial dysfunction and looking more youthful and healing their cells from the inside out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have an idea. So that's why I'm coming here tonight. What I have for you guys is a Facebook post, and I'm going to share it with you. It's not fancy. I've just got it in a Word document. It doesn't look like anything great, but I'm going to share it with you guys. And so this is a post that I came up with. And what I want to do with this post is that I would like for us to all take this post. You can modify it to your liking, but try to keep the same basic outline and put this post up by tomorrow, and you can put a picture up with it. The picture that I actually used to go with this post, we'll read it here in just a second, was, does anybody have the RenPro scale? And it tells you like your actual age versus your metabolic age. Well, that was the post that I used because I'm 49 years old, but my metabolic age is 44. And I know that as someone who is a physician assistant and working in aesthetics, we're always looking at ways to hack our body and look more youthful, right? People like, they may not pay for a supplement, but they'll run to the store to get the latest skincare, the best eye cream, whatever it is, aesthetics injector, Botox, whatever it is. So I was like, okay, how can we use this to our benefit? So this is what I came up with. And this is the post that I want you to put up with. And don't freak out. We're going to have this script for the post and the second part of it. We're going to spell it all out for you guys. We'll have it in Telegram and in our Facebook pages. So you don't have to worry about writing this down or anything. Just absorb it. So imagine being a 49-year-old woman and being told you look 44 years old. If you knew that, if you knew that, comma, would you want to know what that person was doing? What questions would you be most interested in? Would you be asking who's your aesthetics injector? Who's your esthetician? What skincare line do you use? Or do you think more along what do you eat? What exercises do you do? How much do you sleep? What supplements do you take? Right? We're kind of catching them up here at the top with things that they would normally think about, but they may not think about supplements. So if I told you I had been taking something to turn back the clock for the last 4 years, would you want to know? Youth is not always about how you look on the inside, but it's the inside that counts too. If you want to know more, just say curious. This is what we call our call to action. You want them to comment underneath that post so that they're giving you permission to say, yes, you can message me. That's basically what they're saying. We can start a conversation and I'll reach out. And so once they do that, and they say that they're curious, this is going to give you the go ahead. And we've got a second part to this script. Now, what this next part of the script looks like that I would like for you guys to do is ideally, I would like for you to take this script and I would like for you to create a video from this script. It is okay if you print it out on a sheet of paper and if you read it verbatim. It does not have to look pretty. It does not have to look fancy. The reason that I want you to do it in video form is because people are so tempted to watch a video. They're like, what is this? I mean, like, seriously, how many times do you get videos in your Facebook Messenger? And when you do get a video from somebody, like that it's a birthday message or something, you kind of think, well, I wonder what they're going to say. Or are they going to sing? Like, I'm kind of always excited when I have a video pop up. So they're more likely to open it and listen to it than they would if you copy and paste this script. That's the reason I'm asking you to do a video. You don't have to, but I think you'll be more successful if you do it. So this is what that script looks like. And I just typed this up and we plugged it into ChatGPT and ChatGPT made it better. And this is what we got. The reason I say hi there and not put their name in there is because if you're recording a video, you can do one video and send the same video out over and over and over, right? So, hi there, thanks for commenting on my post. I'm responding to your comment, turning back the clock, and wanted to touch base. Because I care about you and your health, I'd love to invite you to a quick Zoom so I can show you what it's all about. Yes, we could text, but I promise this is something that you'll want to see to believe. It's too good to keep in a message thread. I have availability on Thursday, that's a typo, at 9 p.m. and Sunday at 9 p.m. Which time works best for you? And you need to wait for that answer. So here's what we're going to do with this. We're creating a Facebook post. That Facebook post, we're going to get people's permission to start a conversation with them. The conversation is going to be in video form. That video form is going to lead to a Zoom presentation. Kevin and myself, or just me, I think Kevin and Amy are busy Thursday night, but I'm going to carry it. This Zoom presentation is going to include our Healthy Glow stack and the business presentation. I am going to do my very best to chunk it down to about 20 to 25 minutes tops. And you can do this part or not. So you're going to wait for the answer and you're going to plug them into one of the two times. We're going to get you the Zoom call links for that and everything you're going to need to get that done. You can offer, once they give you an answer, you want to wait for that answer, as a thank you for hopping on, I'd love to send you a few free samples of my favorite clean energy drink. You're going to send them some samples of Peach Axio, okay? No jitters, no crash, just good vibes and laser focus. Could you use a little morning boost to get stuff done like a boss? If so, once you attend the Zoom, message me and I'll get your address and mail it out to you. So then you want, by telling them to message you, we want to confirm that they attended that Zoom, and we're going to reward them. And that's going to open up time for us to say at that point, okay, so you've attended the Zoom. Let me get your address. What did you think about that, what you just saw? Do you have any questions? So that leaves it open for you to start a conversation with them. Okay. So that's pretty much what we want to run here for the next week. So you've basically got tonight to get it together. We're going to give you all of the scripts you need. Tomorrow, you've got to get that video done. And by, I would say, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, you need to get that post up and you need to have your video ready. And then you can invite up until Thursday evening when you can work that post for the next 2 days. And I had something else I wanted to share with you all, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, this right here. If you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right. All right. So at this point, I know there's already, I'm going to stop sharing. I know there's already some of you that are already thinking in your brain that like the whole fear thing is already entering your brain, right? You're thinking, oh my God, I got to make a video. I've got to put myself out there. I've got to talk to people. What am I going to say? What am I going to do? Listen, nothing is perfect, okay? I always say, when I'm authentically myself and I show up as myself every single time, people are going to listen to what I have to say. People are waiting for what we have and they're ready to hear what you have to say. Don't let fear, take over. This is a simple exercise just to get us all moving in the right direction, because whether you guys believe it or not, we need your momentum as much as you need the energy that we're giving you. And when we're all moving in the same direction, big things are going to happen. And I think if we can kind of start getting into the habit of at least our teams working together and doing our own presentations once a week, I think it's going to be massive. And with the goal right now, my goal for you guys is like the bare minimum is Performance Club. $150 in sales, which we know the Healthy Glow Stack is $197, and then 2 enrollments. So you're just going to need to get an extra enrollment this month above that. So if you get another bottle of Proteinum, you're going to have a $250 sale. So that's even better, right? So does anybody have any questions, thoughts about like what we have going here, the direction that we're going in? Anybody? I'm going to the chat. You can put it in the chat. Yes, I'm excited too, Brittany. Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Sounds good. Yes, yes, yes. Um,
Leslie,
do you got?
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, tell them a little bit about what we were saying. You and I were talking about if you don't get anybody, which that could happen. It probably will happen to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a big social media person. So listen to what Leslie has to say about that, because it's also kind of cool for you.
I was kind of thinking about this because I am a social media person, but not everybody is. And not everybody works their business through social media. But I think everyone should dabble in social media, right? Like you don't know until you try. And this is a really good litmus test for your social media page. And there's a few things that it's going to tell you. First of all, the thing that you need to ask yourself is the post good? When you put something up and you don't get engagement back, well, maybe the post is not doing what it's supposed to do. It's not drawing people in. It's not giving you a call to action. You should never put up a post about product without some form of call to action. So if the post is good and you're not getting engagement, the next thing it's going to tell you is that maybe you don't have enough people that you're reaching through social media. Maybe your post is not public. Maybe you're only sharing with just your friends. And if you only have 200 friends, statistically, you're only going to get 10% of those people. So it's going to reach about 20 people, and you're probably going to have about 10% of those that are going to respond, which will be 2 people. So if you don't have, many followers on Facebook, that's something that you'll need to work on over time. And that's, being showing up authentically as yourself, creating good content, asking for call to action. And, this is just a starting point for you guys. This is just something that I love to do and I'm good at. So I thought, let me teach you guys as we go, right? And we'll all do it together so that it doesn't feel so scary. Does that help? Anybody else? Yeah,
Well,
and I will tell you this. Kevin mentioned that. I'm reading what he said. The more you get in Messenger, every time you have a Messenger conversation with somebody, even if you just comment on their stories, do you notice that the next day that their stories are the first ones that come up and they're the first people that come up on your Facebook page? So the more you get in Messenger and the more engagement you have, the more the more Facebook is going to say, "Oh, she likes this person. She talks to this person. Let me bump it up in the algorithm." That's how you get to, get through. Yeah, I gotta spell check the content. You're right, Kevin. I do. So that will help you guys. Um, you know, get a little heads up on your social media page, and we can all work through this. The birthday posts, yeah, they're very, very important because they really do help you get in people's, messenger. And I would encourage you moving forward, instead of just sending the standard happy birthday message or the sticker that Facebook provides, make a video. Make a video once a week and send it out to people. Put a hat on, some crazy glasses, sing happy birthday, dance around, do fun things because people like to be entertained. And wouldn't it be cool just to get a funny video from somebody in the morning rather than just a happy birthday message? I bet you out of all the messages that day, that would be the one you would remember. And that's also going to be the one that you're going to get the most engagement out of in the weeks to come if you keep that relationship moving. So you'll learn about people and start to develop and remember things. It's crazy. Sometimes what I remember about people just because of the engagement that I've had with them on social media, but it's called social media for a reason, right? That their kid went to camp and, you can start and say, "Hey, how was Johnny's camp? I seen that he fell and broke his wrist. I seen he's wearing a blue cast." I mean, you can kind of go on and people are like, "Wow, she's really paying attention to me." And then they start paying attention to you. So if you want to grow your social media, that's kind of the way to do it. So that's all I have to say about that, Amy. Anybody else have anything else? What time is
lot.
it?
It's perfect. We're just at 8:40. So
I know.
just to recap, so once they comment, then we're gonna do Thursday night. Kevin and I cannot be on, but it's okay. Leslie and Corey will handle that. And then Sunday night, Kevin and I will be on with Leslie and she'll talk again about the healthy glow stack. I think one of the things that we kind of were discussing, and I think Leslie had a really valid point is if you feel stuck, and maybe you guys don't feel stuck, but if you do after Mind Body, we know the healthy glow stack. We have so much data on it. We know it works. And not only do we just see inside changes, but we see those outside changes. So it's such a good product to always go back to. And there isn't a single person that can't benefit from it, no matter who they are. So that's kind of why we picked that. And it's just a good reset. And maybe you haven't been talking about it for a while, so now's a great time to just reintroduce it. And everybody's getting ready for swimsuit season and the lake, and so everybody could use a little collagen and some antioxidants rubbed up.
And not only that, but we have so many like, you know, this demonstrative pictures like with collagen, like those before and afters are just captivating, first of all. So they catch people's attention, right? And then, second of all, the thing that I want to pull forward is, and I want to remind you this because we're consultants, we kind of get into that mindset that because we have all of these products that we need to take all of the products and that we need to get everybody on every product. That is not further from the truth. The thing is that you want to find the right product for the right person that's going to impact their life in the biggest way. Because, are all of our products for everybody? Yes. But will everybody take all of our products? No. So the thing is, I mean, I'll even go as far as to say that I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I just get tired of like swallowing up stuff all day long. So there's a couple things that I've even backed off on myself because I want to commit to the things that I can be consistent with all the time. So for me, Axio is non-negotiable, Trisynergizer is non-negotiable, and so is collagen. Those are my bare minimum. And then there's a couple others that I add in that are kind of bare minimum too, but I want you to get to the point where you start thinking about people. And even if you have people who would never ever commit to NRF2, um, excuse my French, but you guys know I cuss a little bit, but I also love Jesus. But I like to call these our basic bitch stuff. Everybody has the basic bitch stuff. So like the omegas, the vitamin D's, the AM, the PM, every probiotics, everybody they're using some other brand. Find who they are, ask them to ditch and switch. Okay, ditch and switch. When you get done, don't throw it away, but when you get done with it, will you support me and ditch and switch? I can get you on the best probiotic that's out there, better than anything you've ever used, promise you. And if you need us to third party for you guys, message us. My goal is to not tell any of you no, ever. That's my goal. My goal is not to say no. If I tell you no, I'm like on my deathbed or I might be at work. But other than that, my goal is to not tell you no or to set up a time when we can actually at least start a three-way conversation. And if we need to do an in-person or a Zoom, we'll set that up. So what else? Amy, Kevin, do you have anything else?
I think you covered a lot of it. I'm excited. I think I love, this is what also is going to be fun. So you're going to see this post because a lot of us are friends, right, on Facebook. And so people are going to see it. Here's a challenge I'll give everybody. Look around because there's folks that aren't on here tonight. So think about somebody that's maybe you signed up or even somebody you just know. And if they aren't on here, say, hey, here's what's going on. Jump in and do it with us.
Hey, Leslie, one of the things I put out there is an idea. So if we have 2 Zooms a week, 2 opportunity meetings, in essence, one of those we can maybe do in an interview format. So example, I could interview Brittany Kinsey, for example. What brought her to LifeVantage and what has she seen and experienced, not only with the company, but with the products. So just an example, right? So you can interview somebody and then we can turn that into more of a formal opportunity meeting. So we'll try to switch things up a little bit because we also, the people's ability to hear your story is powerful. So when we talk about, inviting people to learn, using a tool and using the team, that ITT makes a huge difference. So if we come on a Zoom opportunity and let's say, Amy's or Leslie's gonna interview Amy, we'll think of specific questions that we're going to ask people every week. And then so you'll know the questions up front, but then we'll take that first 10 minutes maybe and interview somebody, and then we'll take the last 15 to 20 to go through what the opportunity is that feeds off what that person's testimony is. So we change up kind of your typical opportunity meeting to do something a little bit more creative as well.
I love it.
I love that. And that's a good way to get each one of you exposure if you're not used to doing a presentation and it makes you feel kind of squirmy. This is a way to kind of get you all more comfortable talking on camera, doing, participating in the Zoom calls. So we're like, I could listen to myself talk all night, but I want to hear you guys talk. I want to see you guys present. We don't want to bear the load all the time. We want to see you guys step up and lead. When you're leading, we're succeeding big time. That makes me so excited. So it's awesome. All right.
I'm going to
That's
give a
all.
little shout out to Kaylee down there. Look at her new sweet mom, and she's on here. So there you go, you guys. She's got a brand new little baby. Congratulations, and thank you for joining us. And if she can do this, we all should be on here because we're not up all night with newborns, most of us.
I think the toddler's up more than the newborn is.
Couple years and you'll get sleep.
You betcha.
Hey, what are you guys' thoughts too about if we have a healthcare provider Zoom, that we have 2 to 3 healthcare providers that we actually interview in the same context So it'll be focused on why healthcare providers came to LifeVantage. So those are the type of creative things. And we did one previously with Dion and Dr. Teresa, and we had a couple others on as well. That, again, you start hearing from different segments. We have, young people like Alex and Corey and his family. Why do young people want to come to LifeVantage? What do they see now today, and what the future is for somebody that's younger? Because I think most of us would agree would have wished we'd have found this about 10 years sooner. But it's the reality. You're here for a reason at a specific time. And I think it's why God nudged you to come this direction, to be honest. But I think we can do different segments of things so that we can attract different audiences to come to these opportunity meetings. But at the same time, it takes some effort. Like, you got to commit to recruit, commit to get people on, and don't be discouraged. High hopes, low expectations. We have high hopes that a bunch of people will come on, and low expectations, you only may have one. Sometimes you may not have anybody. And that's just the reality of this business. So it's a numbers game. So the more numbers that we get in front of people, the better off that we're going to be. And we have a collective group of really talented people on this call to make this all happen. So it's going to just require some teamwork, but you got a lot of people that are ready and willing to do it. So let's go make this a memorable back half, if you will, of 2025.
Do we want to sweeten the deal?
Sure.
Let's
Can I add something to it real quick?
Absolutely.
When the post is posted, I always say, make sure, even though we're all in this together, make sure you're engaging in other people's, and don't just like it, comment on it and say oh my gosh, yeah, like this. Oh, are you taking supplements? Are you doing this? Because just because we know we're together
I was trying to
doesn't
get on the Zoom call.
doesn't
But no,
mean
okay,
Karen
then
or Nancy or whoever doesn't know we're a team. So make sure when you see those, you're commenting on them to keep, because sometimes people don't want to comment on those. They don't want to be the first person to comment. And if we can just break that ice, then
good
the water
thoughts,
can run.
Yep. Really
Great
good.
idea, Brittany. I'll take the 4 dozen eggs too.
When you
Me
come
too.
in the River Hills, you can have as many eggs as you want, Kevin.
Kevin, I already called them. She's shipping them to
Jeez,
Texas.
what the heck?
All right, Kevin, Amy, do you guys want to do a little contest with this?
Why
Do you want
not?
to do well, let's give away like a bag of Axio or something. Do we want to have the most invited, or is
I got some
somebody
Tiger's
enrolled?
blood to give away.
Yeah, we got some Tiger's blood. We got some different things. We could do peach. Do we want to do the most invited? Whoever had the most invited that attended?
Sure.
Okay, whoever in this whole group, you got to keep track of it, and you got to be honest. This is Scout's honor. So whoever has the most people attend the calls, both calls together total, we'll give you, we'll let you pick either Tiger's Blood or Peach Axio.
Let's do it.
Let's
Awesome.
do it. All right.
Okay,
done.
you guys, it's almost the middle of the month, so that's why we did this. This is the week to start really getting busy, and let's blow up social media. And you've got an opportunity Thursday and Sunday. And also, just a quick reminder, tomorrow night there's an opportunity with Jillian. Jillian's doing a meeting, and just so you know, if you didn't know, she had horrible migraines. So if you've got anybody that's been thinking about LifeVantage and is in that category, all those details are in Telegram or One Person Big Difference for that meeting tomorrow night. So it's gonna be fun. Okay. Love you
Rock it
guys.
out.
Bye.
All right, everybody.